Well, no matter what, I love the Bills, but god damn it, we should have won this game. We beat the crap out of them all game. The line was, no sacks from the top sacking team in the league. We ran all over them. We ran over them better than we've run over anybody. What can you do? What more can you do except throw to Stevie Johnson in the end zone when he's wide open?
Wide open, guy doesn't even look. Look at this right here. This is the game. I mean, you're up 17-3 or you're tied at 10. 14-point spread. Oh my God, Johnson, look at him. He was beside himself. I was at the game today, a little chilly in the shady side. It's another thing. Why are the Bills in the shade and the other team gets the sun? Whose idea was that? Why don't they change the sidelines? Put the Bills on the other friggin' side. I don't care. My buddy Philip Bromwich says, well, everybody bought their tickets thinking they were going to be on the Bills side. If you changed it now, that would be a bad thing. So what? Get it right. Let them sit in the cold.
Yeah, that's a pretty good note right there. I didn't even think about that.
The Dolphins, they make the opposing team wear dark when it's really hot. Because supposedly the dark keeps you warmer because it holds the sun, where the white reflects it off. So what do? We have the whiteout game while we're wearing white in a cold day. Have the whiteout on a hot summer day where you can all wear white. Everyone's coming with their big winter coats. Who's going to put a T-shirt over the top of their coat? There was no white at the stadium whiteout. They just
I know.
They never get it right.
Do a whiteout in September.
Right. Give everybody a T-shirt. Give them a couple of pom poms.
Oh, they didn't give them T-shirts?
No, they gave these pom poms, and they were all. I see them on the floor everywhere. I guess they were using them a little bit.
Yeah, well, someone's got to get paid to clean them up.
Somebody's going to pay it. But the rookie quarterback, he throws a friggin' pick 6 at the 1-inch line.
Yeah, he'll be thinking about that all night tonight.
The rest of his life. The rest of his life.
Yeah, because he'll just be backing up Manuel for the next 12 years or however it goes. If he gets, that Lewis will probably be backing up Manuel for the next 12 years,
How bad does that change the whole fundamental prospect of the game? I mean, you're up 17-3 versus tied at 10. I mean, they got to get 2 touchdowns to tie it. Yeah. They got to play catch up. And what does this guy do? Alex Smith, you force him to throw the ball. 19 for 29 for 124 yards.
Yeah, that's what our guy should be doing.
Oh my God! Yeah, instead our guy is 18 for 39 for 229 yards. He shouldn't be throwing the ball 239 times. If we ran the ball for 240 yards, C.J. Spiller had 116, Fred Jackson 77, Tashard Choice 17. Give him a couple of carries.
We ran a ton, but we had those big chunks, which made it look a little bit better than it was. But we did run good.
But that's why I say keep pounding it to the line. You never know when Spiller's going to take off for a while.
Well, I mean, he's limited. That's for sure. I don't understand this. I don't want to get too far off on it, but that Choice, he seems to run pretty quick. He seems to have a zip in his legs that I didn't see the past couple years. Yet he just goes down like a feather. He just gets knocked. Even Spiller will run through a couple arms.
No, I think he's a pretty strong runner.
He just goes down. He just goes. He doesn't get it. I mean, that Cleveland game last year, that's fine. It's one game. It's not consistency. Whatever.
He had 5 carries. I think. Like anything, you said easily comes in, he drops a ball. I think running backs, you got to give them the ball 15, 20 times. Get him into a rhythm. You just throw a guy cold off the bench. I think he does an okay job. I don't have a problem with Choice.
No, I don't have a problem with him. I just saying, out of the blue, I just feel like he looks like he would be better.
He's our third string run. I mean, we just dominated. We over almost 500 yards total. Oh, it's just a shame. Just a shame. This should be a win. But Marv Levy used to say, if it should have been a win, it would have been. So you got to make those plays. Marone says in the locker room afterwards, we had a good game. I'm not going to say that we didn't do anything right. But when it comes down to it, 2 plays and the score is 24-3. The punt return, I don't know. I said, jokingly when it happened that they flagged him for sneezing on him. He barely touched him. Had nothing to do with it. It was a beautiful run back by McKelvin. And then the pick 6. I mean, it goes the other way. Then we get another pick 6. It wasn't a pick 6. It was a fumble to the ground.
Yeah, same thing. There's a touchdown, right?
It's the what's his name? Shope on the radio. He says it's the loser's lament. There's always a couple of plays. If it didn't go this way, we would have won. But in a game like this, boy, oh boy, it really hurts even more when you grind it out and you do all those things right and you still lose the game. It hurts. It would be different if the stats were flipped and there was just a couple of plays in our favor. We lost the game that way. We'd say we probably deserved to lose it. But when you win the stat battle like that, you feel like you deserve to win.
Well, that's another thing about this team so far this year, except for maybe the Jets game and then the end of the Saints game. There hasn't been a lot of games where I said, "Oh, we just got our asses handed to us. We stink."
But you go back to the Jets game.
Oh, we were still in it in the end.
With 8 minutes left, we tied the score. Then we gave up another big play. Those are the types of plays you have to stop. You got to win those. You got to stop those plays. And even like we said, we won that Carolina game. There was a long pass for like 70 yards, and the guy tackled him. We held him to a field goal. That was a play that won the game. You just got to make those plays. Today, you had another freaking beautiful in-stride catch to Marquise Goodwin.
It was crazy.
I mean, it was right in stride. When he let it go, it was you just thought he was overthrowing him by 10 miles, and the guy just freaking put it on the afterburner and caught it.
Yeah, you almost have to just throw it immediately as far as you can.
Yeah,
and just know here he's going to be there.
Absolutely, and all the other ones that were long, he underthrew. The guy had to stop and come back.
Yeah, he waited too long.
I'd say at least if he hits, he's open. I think they were open on every one of the bombs they threw.
Yeah.
And every single one he was open. They just didn't hit him. You just got to hit those. If you hit those, even if you just hit those, the game's not even close. We're blowing them out. Just hit those open guys.
Yeah, he's not a bad. He has a good sense of what to do with the ball. I'll tell you that. He throws it out of bounds. He runs, even though he slides for 2 yards. He ran and slid.
Well, they probably told him, as soon as anybody gets near you, you better go down.
Well, hey, they tell every quarterback that. Some of them are a bunch of dummies. They stab back there, try to make a whole play. Which, actually, like a Lewis, he might be more physically gifted, but he'll stand back there, fumble the ball like a moron, like a Jamoke.
Yeah, well, we had 3 turnovers today. You can't blame him for the E.J. Graham one. It was right in his hands. Chandler dropped a couple of balls. I love this Goodwin. I said last week they should throw 2 bombs a game. I think they should throw 10 bombs a game. I mean, the freaking guy's always open. They can't cover him either. And, he gets injured today, and I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody says. There's a catch. He bounces up. I don't think we got it on the replay, and he still has it up against this. And then he goes down, and then he gets it out. I said to Nate, if he bounces up and starts running with it, would they give him the
right?
So it's a completion. If you're
and not only that, Flowers hits it with his hand. If it wouldn't have been a fumble, he would have been down.
You're down when you're down, and that's it. So when he bounces back up, he's already down. So if he bounces back up and starts running, you're not going to give it to him. So why does he have to hold it through the time that he's down?
If the ground doesn't cause the incomplete pass right away, it should be.
You hit the ground, you still have it, you bounce back up. And
hey, we might have still lost. I mean, because that was the final. We were 10 down. We're down by 10 at that point?
No, we're
only down by 7.
We were down by 7 at that point. So we would have had the ball at midfield with 3 minutes left or something, and we were, who knows if we could go all the way down for a touchdown. We couldn't do it all game. We had, what do we have, 1 touchdown? Oh, yeah, it was the long bomb to Goodwin was the bomb. And I like that kid. Wood looks like he got hurt. They said on the way home in the car, I was listening to it, he said that
contusion or something?
They said
Not
that
broken.
the x-ray, nothing was broken, but he couldn't put any weight on it. So that doesn't sound good. Stevie Johnson's got to be just shaking his head. He's probably wishing that he threw him the ball. He's going to be thinking that probably too.
Oh. Yeah. He does that. He's one of those guys. He's a receiver, so he always wants the ball. But in that instance, he was wide open. And that play, that's one of those plays where either it's a tight end or whoever on the seam, right? I think we've hit Stevie on that touchdown already this year. It's happened. Maybe a couple weeks ago it happened, and that should be a win. We're 3-6, but I thought actually I like the team.
Well, Marone says we're not out of the playoff.
Well, it's true. You win every game, you're 10-6, and you could be in it.
Yeah, well.
But the only problem is 2 teams are going from the AFC West. And
well, there's too many wins. I mean, Miami wins,
South.
New York wins. They're all winning. We're really going to have to run the table if we want to make the playoffs. I don't know if we're capable of that. We got to go to Pittsburgh next week. In Pittsburgh, it seems like with our 3rd string, 4th string quarterback, I don't know if Manuel's back. Like I said, the biggest problem I have with the whole season right now is that Manuel's sitting on the bench. I want him behind the saddle, behind the center gate, taking snaps, getting experience, learning how to be the quarterback. And
by now he could be really good.
Absolutely, but we'll never know.
Well, anyway, if he comes back next week, doesn't matter. We're going to Pittsburgh, and even though they're playing like I think Patriots beat them today, even though they're playing like a dump,
The Patriots had them.
even though they're playing like crap, we may still they could still beat us. I mean, that's just how it is.
There's 10 minutes left in the Pittsburgh-New England game, and the Patriots are up by 10, 34-24.
Yeah, so that's
They're
the
in
end
New
of it.
England. They're not going to come back.
So we got a tough. Every game's tough. It's the NFL. So if Manuel comes back, hey, throw him out there on the road. Why not?
Well,
He's got to get out there.
Well, you can't put Manuel in unless he's healthy. That's the bottom line. You don't want to get him crippled, but you've got to figure it out. My biggest fear: we go 3-13, and we don't know if Manuel's any good, and we have a shot at a quarterback, and they pick a cornerback.
Yeah.
They pick a cornerback, I'm gonna kill him.
Well, anyway, no sacks today. Hopefully he's up. If Manuel's at practice on Tuesday,
Yeah.
then fine.
I still love our defense. I mean, they didn't give up a touchdown today. They're getting better every week. I want them to pick some more defensive help. I think another year in the system with Pettin as their defensive coordinator, they're only going to get better defensively.
Yeah.
They got a good offense. The whole friggin' thing all depends on what's going to happen with Manuel, if he's going to be a real deal ace quarterback or not. And if he's
And
not,
now-
they better figure it out quick and get somebody
And
else.
what the worst part about it is right now, and I know we're going on, but it's going to be like week 1 now.
Oh, starting out just to see.
Because he's been gone
Yeah,
4 weeks, so now it's
yeah.
like, well, okay, well, he's not just going to pick up where he left off, the rust and the bullshit, so,
let's see.
whatever.
He's got to prove it to me that he's going to be the guy, and I hope he does. I liked what I've seen so far, but he hasn't like torn up the league, but I don't want him to be it. I look at today, friggin' Smith, and he's like, what is he, 28-4-3 or something in his last 30 starts, or
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any ties, I'm sure, but he's just controls the game. He throws 17 for 28 for 156 yards and let the guys run the ball. And to me, that's efficient. But don't throw the interceptions. Don't take the
Take
sacks.
what they give you.
And make key third downs in there. Make some plays. Make some plays when they count. Don't have to be. You have to run up the score. You don't have to have 1,000 yards. But that's
Well, another thing, too, the worst thing about it, the one thing I do want to say quickly is
Oh, of course,
talking
yeah.
about Manuel going, or, is he going to be good? And Kyle Williams makes me feel like Fred Smirlis, who fought through the 80s while we sucked. Even though he was there in the beginning, we were pretty good. Then we sucked so bad, and by the time we got good, he was done.
Yeah.
And Kyle Williams, he's going to be, if we ever are good, he's going to be 33, 34, and he's going to be done.
I feel the same thing about Vanek. I was hoping that he'd be there 3 years down the road when one of these rookies start good for the Sabres. But yeah, he signed a free agency in 89 after the 89 season, went to San Francisco, and he broke his leg in San Francisco, thinking he was going to play the Super Bowl in San Francisco, and the Bills go 4 straight Super Bowls after that. So he still continued in his career, but
In the early 90s?
Yeah, but he went to San Francisco, then he went
Oh, my
to
God.
Boston. He just left as a free agent. There's another guy. I wish he just had 2 more years left on his contract, and he was there for at least for that first Super Bowl, because I don't
deserved
think,
it, that's why.
I'm just saying Otis Anderson would never have gotten MVP if Fred Smirlis was in the middle of that. He would have ran for 100 yards. And not to say take anything from Wright,
Yeah.
but he was a great nose tackle.
But he wasn't,
Yeah, put him in on third down and let him rush the passer and let Smirlis sit in there in first and second, and we would have won the Super Bowl. But
Yeah, I mean,
don't get me started on that.
back then,
Don't
it
get me
was-
started on
it
that.
was
Don't get me started on the Super Bowl.
$500,000 a year, if that.
The lament of the losers, the Bills.